Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we are going to be talking about Xinfin and Xswap protocols. So sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I do just want to ask guys to please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and of course I always do greatly appreciate it. Now with that being said, let's talk about XDC, and then we will talk about Xswap here shortly. So obviously, we've just been kind of ranging within the 5-cent zone for a while now on Xinfin. We came down and tested those lows going as far back as the 6th of this month. For the most part, we really didn't break down below that. During the entire month of March, we've just been kind of ranging sideways for the most part. But I will say this, more and more listings are happening, more and more innovations are happening, announcements are happening as well. I know that this has been one of those assets that are very hard to hold for most individuals that are, of course, impatient. In fact, the all-time high was 7 months ago. It was around like 19, almost 20 cents. We do see that the all-time low was 3 years ago, and the ROI since then has been 34,000%. ROI currently is about 1755%. But this does have a lot more potential left in it. I've addressed this. I've talked about it as well, and I've talked about how undervalued this actually is as a network, but also even as a token as well. There's a lot of things to really kind of look forward to, especially with XDC, and let's actually talk about it. So first off, we are going to be talking about this. So I know that I talk to you guys about trade finance a lot. More so, I always talk to you guys about trade finance being a $19 trillion market, but technically, this is a $500 trillion marketplace, okay? And we do see XDC just needs to capture 1%. We do see trade finance, $40 trillion. We do see OMFIF, $40 trillion. Swift, $330 trillion. Family business is $90 trillion. We do see, the world trade finance is, $40 trillion, as you guys do see up there. And you guys can pretty much see the overall breakdown of the prices here. And again, if XDC captures only 1% of the finance trade, $5 trillion/12 billion, $416 per XDC. Honestly, the future for XDC is extremely bright, not just because of the market cap potential that it could grasp, but also just the idea on how undervalued we actually are as a token. We know that it has direct ties to Swift with Andre Casterman. We know that they have a ton of partnerships already in place for Xinfin overall. Innovations are continuing to pile up throughout this entire market as well. As crypto is, furthering the line of adoption, especially to mass adoption, we're seeing a lot of these tokens still sitting around stable prices and allowing for mass accumulation without any incredible price action moves. Like, for an example, XDC, for the most part, has been in this downward trend since going back as far as August, and we just finally started to trade sideways. This is telling us that we are in reaccumulation, and the next major breakout event will take us to this level beyond. Okay, so we are going to 20 cents plus. Obviously, at 20 cents, I still think that we are extremely undervalued. I mean, you're looking at 20 cents, a $2.4 billion market cap. I do believe that we could see the top 10 at least by the end of this bull run. And if that is the case, we're looking at about almost $2 per XDC, or an upside of 36x. Now, I think that that's bare minimum. I think that that's very conservative. I've talked to you guys about how we basically are XRP, during the 2017-2018 bull run, because not a lot of people are looking at XDC. Not a lot of individuals are paying attention to it. I think that the upside potential here is absolutely massive. Of course, you guys could do your own research, understand XDC as a settlement token on, of course, the Xinfin network, to truly understand the overall potential behind this token. Now, with this in mind, we do see here, again, like I said, announcements are piling up. We're delighted to support the XDC Foundation's new browser extension wallet, XDCPay, with seamless on-ramp rails to the XDC ecosystem, helping streamline access to decentralized finance further. If you guys did miss, this is actually pretty cool because, what has been the major concern with XDC? All right, I've always mentioned that it's very hard for a lot of individuals to actually buy XDC and really kind of get into it. This is also the idea that volume is astronomically down compared to most assets because it's very hard to get this asset. I mean, there's not a lot of top tier, markets that currently have XDC listed. But again, this is something that's very cool because if you guys do see this, Nuvei strengthens integration with XDC Network by supporting new browser extension wallet XDCPay. XDCPay users will now be able to purchase XDC with Visa, MasterCard, and Apple Pay using over 100 various local currencies. This is very bullish. I think that this is going to allow a lot more volume to flow in. I think it's going to allow ease of buying as well in terms of XDC as a token. And we do see a few quotes down here. Our support of XDC Foundation's new wallet XDCPay is an important milestone in democratizing access to decentralized finance and allowing easy entry into the XDC ecosystem to developers, traders, and content creators. XDC Network is a hybrid blockchain. We already know that. But for the most part, I think that this is cool. And we do see, in terms of Nuvei, our proprietary platform provides seamless pay-in and pay-out capabilities, connecting merchants with their customers in over 200 markets worldwide and local acquiring in 46 markets, with support for more than 530 local and alternative payment methods, including cryptocurrencies and nearly 150 currencies. Merchants can capture every payment opportunity that comes their way. So this is great for access to XDC as a token, but also, if you guys missed it, we got another listing for Xinfin. This is Bitget. Now, this is not an incredible, I would say when we're talking about listings, like this isn't one of the top tier ones. Like they still are a fairly large, exchange, 315,000 followers. But we do see here in Innovation Zone, participate to share 400,000 XDC giveaway, XDC/USDT trading time March 22nd. This already went live, as you guys do see, but the event period is March 22nd to, of course, March 25th. So if you guys do want to participate in this, you guys are more than welcome to go check it out. But as we do see, here's Bitget, number 78. $151.2 million in volume on the 24-hour span. We actually see that this is listed at about a 4.3 exchange score, so it's not the best, but it's also not that bad. I mean, 1 million weekly visits, that's pretty significant, especially when we were talking about the top tier list. Like, I've always said that you really kind of have to look at the weekly visits as well, because as you guys do see, when we actually look at this in terms of the weekly visits, Bitget is actually, on like the top 20 list for that. So, pay attention to that. I think that this is a significant listing. I think that we will see more and more of these happening this year. As you guys do know, I've always been, trying to explain to you guys, how massive just, a few of the top tier listings could allow for volume to flow into some of these assets. But we do know that volume has always been a major problem for Xinfin. I think that once we do see a major listing happen, I think that that's going to be end game. And we do see our XDC Trade Finance presents a compelling multi-trillion-dollar investment opportunity for institutional investors seeking sources of attractive risk-adjusted returns with low correlation to stocks or bonds. TFD initiative powered by Trade Tech. And here you guys have it. Trade Finance is private financing that helps businesses cover mismatches between payment obligations and payment receipts resulting from the buying and selling of goods and services. It is a vital piece of the financial sector that supports importers and exporters as they conduct their trade activities. Trade Finance presents a compelling multi-trillion-dollar investment opportunity. And guess who's at the forefront of this? We know Trade Tech with, of course, Xinfin is perfectly positioned to disrupt this massive market. Also, going back to this massive $500 trillion market cap, like this marketplace is set for disruption. And I've always said that, like, even take $1 trillion, right? Because the future of this space is going to be these ISO 222 and utility gems. Utility gems are the key for the puzzle. Like, I do believe that XDC, in terms as a token, but also as a network, the value behind it will be $1 trillion at least in market cap. Look at the upside potential here. A 1,589x. That is absolutely ridiculous. But it also proves to you that, this is only at a $1 trillion market cap. We'd be worth $81.71. This is insane. Okay? The reason why I say this and the reason why I try to put these figures out there is because, like, we're looking at, like, the stock market, right? Most of the top tier assets have at least a $1 trillion plus market cap. Like, we are in the space where the market cap for this entire market, okay, is at around like $2 trillion. We know at the all-time highs, it hit about $3 trillion. Like, Bitcoin still holds $808 billion worth of market cap. At some point in time, the top 10 lists will have at least a $1 trillion market cap. At mass adoption, at peak adoption, we will see huge price appreciation for a lot of these tokens. Xinfin, in my opinion, is a $1 trillion asset. XRP, $1 trillion asset. XLM, $1 trillion asset. There's a lot of $1 trillion assets within this space, and I don't say that to provide hopium or anything like that to anybody out there that needs it or whatever the case may be, but I say it because you could clearly see the utility behind these assets and what they really are powering. These are major networks. These are major innovations to multi-trillion dollar markets. Now, last but not least, I do want to talk to you guys about Xswap. So Xswap has been having a little bit of a correction after its massive pump, but we do see the volume is still diminished. This is also another asset that once we do see major listings, this is going to skyrocket in value. I mean, it's only on one, market, which is Bitrue, right? Now, imagine this, after its mainnet launch, which the mainnet launch is coming soon. Just imagine where this is going to go in terms of price. Like, I'm so excited for the future of this token, especially when we are seeing the all-time high being already at like 1.5 cents. Like, this thing is going to skyrocket in value once we do see, a major listing. I do think that this is probably going to be one of my top tier holds. We do see, we are breaking out above the highs. Honestly, when we're talking about the point that we just reached, that's the highest point that we've been at since going back to December, right? So I think that this breakout is confirmed. We came down and tested some nice support at around like 0.0060. And I think that we are on our way to the next major stepping stone. Fully diluted market cap of like $85.8 million. I mean, this thing has a lot of room to grow. I mean, Xswap is something that's, in my opinion, very key for XDC. But we do see, Xswap protocol, the first automated market maker on XDC Network. And you guys can see their testnet and stuff like that. You guys can read all about this if you do want to. I've talked to you guys about Xswap multiple times. I think that this is going to be an incredible bridge for all of those, assets on, of course, Xinfin, but also it's on different blockchains as well. You guys can see all about this if you guys want to do the research. I'm not sponsored by them. I'm not paid by them or anything like that. I just think that this is something that is going to be an incredible opportunity, especially when we are talking about the future of Xinfin and the future of a lot of these assets. But we do know that Xswap protocol just finished their audit. We know that their mainnet is coming, and I'm warning you guys ahead of time. And if you guys do want to buy Xswap, I do have a referral link down in the comments below and in the description below for Bitrue. You guys are more than welcome to utilize my referral link. But with that being said, do your own research, understand what you are buying into. And with that being said, I hope that you guys all have, an incredible day today. Hope that you guys have a beautiful day, beautiful night, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. If you guys don't want free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, it's Nick. Peace out, guys.